Hi families, this is Mrs. Sands. I just wanted to send a quick video home to hopefully help you guys access Google Classroom outside of our physical classroom. I know some students are quickly able to access in the classroom and then they get home and they're not quite sure how to do that. That's perfectly normal and understandable. We have introduced a lot of new technology and a lot of new websites, so hopefully this helps to alleviate any issues you might be having at home. First thing you want to do is head straight over to Google and just click on your search bar and type in Google Classroom. Google Classroom should be the first thing showing up in the search, so you're going to go ahead and click that. And your child is going to want to add their account to be able to access Google Classroom. Their account should be 24, which is their graduation year, their last name and first initial at gjps.org. So it's very similar to my teacher account. It's just that the digits 2 and 4 will be before their last name and first initial. They'll click on their account. Their password should be a capital first initial and then a lowercase last initial and finally their lunch code. As soon as they have that typed in, they should be able to click sign in. And it should bring up all of the classes that they've been added to. They should have a writing class, a science class, a mathematics class, and a reading class. So for reading homework, they'll click on their reading class. The stream shows up automatically. This is where all of their work will go. This is in-class work and also optional at-home digital jotting. Digital jotting is optional, but jotting itself is not. So if your child prefers to write their jots, that is absolutely fine. They'll just need to collect those on lined pieces of paper in their reading log folder, which is bright green, and they'll bring it to and from class so that their book clubs can talk about what they're seeing in their books. Now, I know for me, I type a lot faster than I do write, so jotting digitally works better for me. But if I'm wanting to process a little bit slower, I purposefully write instead of type. So again, this is optional and I want it to fit for your child. So please let me know if you have any other ideas. I know a lot of students like to use read and write to talk their jots into a Google Doc. That's also an option. Now, as far as the reading prompts, I introduced those, as I said in my email, because students were coming to me saying, I wasn't really sure what to jot about Mrs. Sands, so I'm really sorry I don't have my jots. Or they just felt like they didn't know where to start. And that was a really overwhelming feeling to them. So I was hoping to help them get past that summary that they're already really good at, because it's something we've been working on for a couple years now. And I want them to kind of think about the meaningful things happening in a text. So I'm starting to introduce prompts as homework to help guide their jotting at home. These can be found in the About section. So you'll click on About and scroll down through the resources. The first resources you'll see are the Proactive Learning Resources, which is a copy of a reading log in case they lose theirs for at-home jotting and reading. And then the first learning progressions for our first unit, which is the narrative unit. We will be finishing this up in mid-October. They have a hard copy in their reading folder at school, but again, if you want to know as a parent what we're working on, or if they need to remind themselves at home, it's there for them. Now, Interpretation Book Clubs is, again, the unit that we're in, and every daily slide will be uploaded. We have slides day 1 through 11 already on, and tomorrow I'll add day 12. So tonight's homework is in day 11, and homework slides are always the last slide in the presentation. So they'll click on the presentation and they'll slide all the way down to the last slide and pull that up, and they can see the prompt. Tonight's prompt was, when you read your 30 minutes tonight, take some time to really think about reading. And we talked about how this is a 2-day homework, which means about a page a day. because it's a really long prompt, so we know that it's going to take us some time to answer it fully. There's 3 guiding questions and then sub-questions underneath. The first question is, what are the challenges, the problems that my character is facing? Number 2 is where in the story is the main character facing that problem or challenges? And then finally, the third question, what life lessons can be learned from the way the character responds to those difficulties? And then there is 5 guiding questions as well. I know that these are tricky prompts and they are going to feel uncomfortable because this is different. That is okay and it is to be expected. But for true growth to happen this year, we have to start working on going past summary and start really thinking about why characters are acting the way they're acting and why things are happening in the text. We've been talking a lot in class about how it's very important to not let little details pass us by, because those are sometimes the biggest pieces of stories, especially when talking about themes in text. So I'm hoping that this prompt will support their deep level thinking at home and then encourage them to think more deeply and talk more deeply about their texts in their book clubs. Thank you so much for all of the work you're doing at home, and please let me know if you have any questions. Have a great evening.